Home inspections, termite inspections. We're going to talk about it today. Make sure you get both. When you're buying a house, you want to keep yourself protected because once that contract is ratified and you've closed, it's your problem, not theirs, no matter what they try to tell you. Before we dive into it, my name is Mark Ian Griffin, aka Captain Real Estate, local real estate hero, here to help you get a fair deal with great career appeal. So let's dive into it. Oh, if you're not already following me, make sure you follow me, like the video, save it because you want to come back to this information later. Let's dive into it. So first off, home inspections. It's really frustrating to me because Captain Real Estate, I want to help people. That is the truth. I really want you to have a great deal. I'm not going to help everybody, but I can help somebody. But it really irritates me when someone who has bought a house and they said, well, I didn't get a home inspection because it was a new construction, or my agent told me not to because of these things. There's a different factors. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Sometimes there are situations if you're trying to get a house and there's multiple offers, that's always something that can be a problem. And yes, a seller can say no, but it's better to have a house that's inspected and you know what's going on with it than not. And you can even say we're doing an inspection, but for informational purposes, so you know what you're walking into. And then, well, we'll talk about that later. That's a different video. But you got to know what's going on with the house, regardless. Great situation. We had a house. It wasn't my client, but it was someone in my office. They bought a house, new construction, and the house, the panels on the roof were not connected. There was a 6-inch gap. And house never inspected. If it was inspected, the home inspector is going to go into this attic and they're going to see, hey, there is a gap between the panels. And they just shingled over it, which is what happened. But because there was no home inspection, it was never caught, and it was all on the owner had to buy a new roof. Sucks. I'm sure there was some legal thing behind it. But at the end of the day, who wants that? You buy a new house, it's new construction. It should be great. It should be perfect, but it's not. So make sure you get the home inspection done. The other thing is going to be moisture or termite. They're the same thing. This is when, especially in Hampton Roads, because we have a lot of places that have crawl spaces, you got to get that done. If it's a slab, you don't have a crawl space, but you will have the opportunities for termites to dig into your house. So you don't want that. You don't want to buy a home that has serious termite issues. That's a real bad thing. I had a deal fall through because it was $10,000 of termite damage. $10,000. Yeah, that home, I think went home sale or something, but no one bought it because there was so much damage to that home, and it looked pretty solid. But unless someone is actually inspecting that home, you're not going to know. Same thing, moisture problems. Now the question comes up: should I let the seller do the inspection? Sometimes you really, in my opinion, as the buyer, it's in most cases you really want to have your own person doing the inspection. I hate saying it, but sometimes I've seen situations that weren't 100% unbiased. I got to be careful with my words. It was not unbiased. So as the buyer, I always recommend, and most agents are going to recommend this too, you're going to want your own, and not super expensive. They really aren't. But in most cases, the seller pays for it anyway, and the buyer gets the report. So, but here again, in real estate, there are situations where it can get a little sticky, but generally speaking, always make, for God's sakes, please always get that home inspection. And then also termite inspection. This is Mark Ian Griffin, aka Captain Real Estate. If you have questions for me, please let me know. Down below, I'll answer your questions. I do have a webinar coming up. I'll make sure I put more information in there. If you want information on the webinar, make sure you put webinar in the comments, and I'll make sure you get the link. Talk to you soon.